One of the eating skills that you really absolutely have to master if you ever want to get to intuitive eating is distinguishing the types of hunger, as we've talked about in the past, but be able to calibrate and really answer the question, how hungry am I? And we use a scale because that's the easiest thing to do. One being not hungry at all or potentially full, stuffed, to a 10 being absolutely starving, haven't eaten. And you want to be able to notice like where you fall along that spectrum in hunger and fullness. And your ultimate goal is to distinguish the different types of hunger. Distinguish, I need to eat, a physiological need, from the desire, like I should eat or I want to eat. Should being because it's been a certain amount of time or it's that time of day or whatever it is. Like it's like an external reason why you're eating. Or I want to eat, a desire, like I want to eat X, Y, and Z, some sort of a craving or something like that, right? And you really want to get good at becoming aware of what your physical cues are and calibrate to them and decide how to eat based on that. Now, just as a quick recap in terms of physical cues. So everyone experiences hunger a little bit differently and the physical side of hunger and different intensity levels as well. You'll notice some people are more noticeably hungry and others you would never know that they're hungry, right? Part of that is experience. Part of that is expectation. Part of that is upbringing. There's lots of different influences on that. There's also physiological influence on that. But that being said, what are signs of being hunger? Like physical hunger. It's like a growling stomach. It's some sort of sensation in your stomach, almost like an emptiness perhaps, or a pang that they talk about. It might be lightheadedness. It might be shakiness. It might be a headache. Some people, it's mood changes, like a level of irritability. And, that's where hangry really comes from. But everyone experiences a little bit different. Some people, it's like a mental clarity thing, a fatigue thing. There's lots of different physical cues to hunger. And again, your goal remains to become aware of this, to know the physical cues and distinguish it from the other types of cues. And you're going to calibrate your eating based on that. So let's say you're a 7 or more out of 10. That's when you should start eating. And you want to notice the thoughts and the feelings, the sensations compared to how long it's been since you last eaten, and really get a sense of throughout the day what the different feelings are. And when you get really good at it, you start to calibrate to the 7 or more out of 10, and you eat when it's 7 or more. And remember, you want to be prepared for this. You don't want to leave hunger to be an emergency and you just eat the first thing that you find, which tends to be the things that are quicker to eat, more processed, less likely to be nutritious, but also more likely to help us overeat. And on the other end, like when you're eating, you want to eat only till 80% full. Remember that? And that's like that 2 or 3 out of 10. Remember, 1 being no hunger at all. 2 or 3 out of 10, that's when you should stop eating. Leave some space, really. And then when you really get good at knowing these feelings and sensations, the thoughts, the emotions around that, you really be able to distinguish. But ultimately, you need to be able to answer at any given time, how hungry am I? And not to a point where it's an anxious awareness. It's just, okay, I'm thinking about eating or something's triggered to thought of eating. Maybe it's a situation, an environment, and you check in with yourself. Constantly this mindfulness around eating. Check in, how hungry am I? And the better you get at this, the better you will get at intuitive eating.